All right, now that we have learned about imports and user input, let's go ahead and make a small program. In this case, I'm going to make a small game that will ask you to input a number between 1 and 10. The system will randomly pick a number, and then it will compare. And if you happen to guess what the computer got, you'll win. So let's go ahead and get started with that. Let's just uncomment these, and we can get rid of this last bit here because we don't need it. First thing we're going to do is, instead of naming this name, we're going to name this number. And also, instead of printing the random number that we generated up here, what we're going to do is we're going to save this as num. All right. Instead of enter your name, we're going to change this to enter a number between 1 and 10. Now let's go ahead and do an if case. In this case, we're going to be comparing these, since that's the logic of the game. We're going to say str num. In this case, what we're doing is we're casting the random number to a string so that it matches the input that the user will give us. And we'll say, if they equal each other, we'll print, you are Rockstar. Else, we will print, no dice. All right, let's go ahead and run it. We've got our input and everything. Let's go ahead and try 5. Well, that didn't work because we guessed it wrong. Now in this case, in order to kind of fully test it, you could keep running it and seeing if eventually you would get it. And you would eventually, oh, I put that nothing in there. You would eventually get it. Let's just go ahead and set this to a specific value. So I'm going to change this to a 4. We're going to roll it. We're going to say 4. You are Rockstar. Okay, so that way we know the logic is working perfectly. And now we can take a look at it, and we have the ability to play a game. So let's go ahead and make a couple little additions. Let's say the number was, and then we will come over here and say num. And then let's go ahead and run it. Let's say 5. Oh, we got it. Well, let's go ahead and run it again. Hopefully it's not 5 again. There you go. No dice. The number was 7. Now we can actually see what the number was when we fail. All right. Well, thank you for joining me. I hope you learned something. And in our next video, we're actually going to improve this program just a little bit more.